You're watching Newsday TV. Thanks for joining us. I'm Jill Wagner. 3 more chemical drums were found at Bethpage Community Park today. This brings the total to 19 drums removed from the former Grumman Aerospace dumping grounds. Oyster Bay officials call the drums similar to the others that were dug up last month. Initial tests show that the first 6 drums that were found at the site contained waste petroleum and a carcinogen. For the latest updates on this story, head over to Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Michael Cohen testified at Donald Trump's hush money trial today, and a recorded conversation between the two of them was released. Here is a portion of it.
I need to open up a company for the transfer of all of that info regarding our friend David, so that I'm going to do that right away.
So what are we going to pay?
Funding.
Prosecutors say that conversation was about paying off a former Playboy playmate, Karen McDougal. Cohen takes the stand again tomorrow. Trump is facing 34 felony counts of falsifying business records. New efforts are underway to get cleaner drinking water in Hicksville. Steve Langford has the story.
There's nothing like federal and state grants for a new water treatment plant in Hicksville to give area officials a chance to show off their groundbreaking talents.
What we're building here today is a state-of-the-art advanced oxidation treatment system. It takes care of all the emerging contaminants that you've seen in the press, and it goes beyond that also.
$5 million from the Biden administration's bipartisan infrastructure law will cover more than half of the new treatment plant, designed to remove what are called forever chemicals that have been linked to cancer, developmental damage, and other health problems.
The contaminants that are impacting 12 of our 14 supply wells are a result of legacy industrial and commercial activities and remain what we call the sins of our past.
Even with the federal and state grants, the Water District says ratepayers may expect to be paying anywhere from 25 to 50% more over the next several years.
That's not good, for sure.
Ranjot Singh doesn't drink the local tap water, but his neighbor across the street who does says the rate hike is worth it.
I think it's a good reason to jack up the prices if they can ensure quality water.
Meantime, authorities say they are pursuing polluters in the interests of environmental justice.
There are big lawsuits going on now against the chemical manufacturers that have created these forever chemicals.
In April, the EPA announced strict limits on forever chemicals found in drinking water.
This is the first in New York State to put in these types of upgrades. So this critical filtration upgrade puts Hicksville ahead of the pack.
The new Hicksville water treatment system is expected to be operating sometime next year. Steve Langford for Newsday TV.
Stony Brook University has returned almost all of the phones that were taken from protesters a week and a half ago. Campus police took 17 phones when they arrested 29 pro-Palestinian protesters, which included students and faculty. 16 have been returned. University officials declined to say why the phones were seized. A 99-year-old volunteer dispatcher is being honored. Mary Brenner has been a dispatcher with the Huntington Community First Aid Squad since 1970. She has no plans of slowing down.
I don't have time to sit, and I just feel that this is good for my health. I have no intentions of retiring. As long as the body can go, I'm going to do it.
She'll celebrate her 100th birthday on Wednesday. Only in Newsday, more Long Island schools are using armed guards. Sherry Einhorn takes a look at the controversial effort to increase security.
Each second is precious in order to save lives.
Here in the South Huntington district, there are 9 armed guards who patrol outside of each school. You won't see them because you're not supposed to. The decision to hire them was a unanimous one made by the Board of Education, a move made after the Uvalde shooting in Texas.
School officials talk about security in terms of layers of protection. Armed guards, they say, are simply another part of the plan.
I think it's twofold. I think, one, people know that we have them now, so it acts as a deterrent effect. You might go to some place that's less secure or a softer target, And two, in the event that, God forbid, something does happen, then we have them right there.
According to a Newsday analysis, nearly 24 districts across the island either already use or will start using armed guards. In some communities, it's controversial.
I was really disappointed by the board's decision.
Jacob Muscolino is a senior at Half Hollow Hills East High School. He's also involved in an anti-gun violence group. His district voted in February to add armed guards.
We're against gun violence, but that means that we're against the presence of guns because those guns lead to violence. Ultimately, in a mass shooting event, what we've seen is that having more guns doesn't provide more safety.
Some parents feel differently.
Safety first.
Veronica Brown's son graduated from high school last year.
It's kind of scary and, but times have changed and the children have changed with the times. So, it's safety first, which is important. If that's what it takes, to keep these kids safe, then so be it.
I'm Sherry Einhorn for Newsday TV.
You can read more about armed guards in our schools on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Movie magic in West Islip. Today we're touring a home modeled after the house in Something's Gotta Give. Rachel Weiss has the story you'll see only in Newsday.
Picture this, it's 2003 and you've just seen the latest rom-com, Something's Gotta Give. But all you could focus on the whole time you were watching it was that beautiful beach house they were in. Well, what if I told you there's a property on the market in West Islip that's based on that house? These Long Islanders love to film so much, they hired an architect and a designer to turn their dream house into a reality. Now it's on the market for nearly $4 million.
So the homeowners were in love with the movie Something's Gotta Give with Jack Nicholson and Diane Keaton. So there's a home out in the Hamptons that the movie was filmed at, and that was the inspiration behind the house. If you look at the peaks, the cedar shake, cedar roof, the driveway, and a lot of the features once we get inside, you'll notice a lot of comparisons between the two.
The house was built in 2016, totaling 5,700 square feet. There are 4 bedrooms and 4.5 bathrooms.
Once you walk in the front door, you'll notice, as soon as you actually watch the movie as well, the dining room is set just to your left, and the back living room is a mirror image of the movie.
The overall look is very similar to that of the movie with the white cabinets, the oversized island. As far as amenities go, definitely all the things you would expect in a house of this caliber. When you actually walk through and when you watch the movie and you see those similarities, it's pretty amazing that they were able to duplicate it.
So let's say Nancy Myers wanted to make Something's Gotta Give 2. Could she use this house as the set?
She could, and I don't think anyone would even know it's a different house.
In West Islip, Rachel Weiss for Newsday TV.
You can read more about the house on Newsday.com. Click Get More below the Newsday TV video box. Now let's take a look at your Long Island weather. Tonight, highs in the 50s. And tomorrow, partly cloudy, almost hitting 70 degrees. Here is a closer look at what to expect tomorrow. And here's your 7-day forecast.
Long Island weather is brought to you by Fire Island Ferries.
You're watching Newsday TV. I'm Jill Wagner. Thank you for joining us.